Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm doing another one of the full face of nothing new videos. I love these videos because it really gives us a chance, us as in myself I guess right now, but I really hope to inspire you guys to just reach back into your makeup collection and just reuse things that maybe you haven't used in a while, or just like be given permission to just not buy anything new, just play with what you've got. I have a bunch of stuff in this box right here that I kind of gathered while going around my makeup collection that I'm just super excited to use again. Some of it I haven't used in a very long time and I kind of forgot about a couple things, and so I'm really excited to create a tutorial using all of those kinds of products. Here's the before and after so you guys can see what exactly we're getting into today. I asked you all on Instagram if you'd like to see a tutorial using the Anastasia Norvina palette or the Urban Decay Born to Run palette, and the Born to Run palette won the poll, so I am very excited to pull this out again and use it. I am so inspired by these blue and green tones over here, so I think I'm going to play with those today. Obviously you already saw the look. So I've already got my brows on. I used the Precisely My Brow pencil. This time I used the shade number 4. I don't know, I've been kind of trying out a little bit of a darker brow. You know, I just like to play around with my brows, so I used that. I'm going to be doing eyes first because I think I want to do something more smoky. So I saw these Ulta Beauty Full Coverage Liquid Concealers in my drawer and I wanted to use them. I know that some of these things I've used recently on my channel, some of them I haven't at all. It's been a very long time. Regardless, none of it is new to me. It is all things that I've owned for a while. I'm just gonna put the shade Fair Neutral on the eyelid like that, and I'm gonna go ahead and blend this out all over the lid with a sponge. I'm so happy to be filming this video because honestly, this video is like therapy for me. I love being able to just sit down and play with makeup and not worry about like testing anything new, just like being able to just play with things that I like, that I'm really interested in, or I don't know, it just allows me to be more creative versus actually doing like a review video. I'm gonna go into the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder. I'm gonna take the shade Fair and I'm gonna use this powder to set the concealer on the eyelid. And this is gonna create a super nice bright base for us to work with. Voila, there we go. All right, let's move into eyeshadow now. I'm gonna go into the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. This palette was featured in one of my favorites videos. I actually don't remember which one, but I love this palette because there's seriously so many different things you can do with this. It's called the Born to Run palette because it's meant to be traveled with. I really do feel like you can pack this palette and create any look that you want. So I really love this for so many reasons. Also, there's an incredible mirror on the other side. So let's get into it. I think I'm gonna start out with this shade right here called Weekender. And I'm gonna start to work that in the crease as our transition shade. Oh, my brush. I'm throwing things today, apparently. This shade is super subtle, but it's gonna be perfect for a more smoky eye. So I'm just gonna start to build this up kind of in this inner portion here, out toward the end of the brow. And I'm just gonna take my time because we're playing with makeup. I'm not on a time crunch today. I'm not going anywhere, but I'm just here to hang out with you guys and do makeup, you know? I'm gonna go into Riff, which is a little bit of a warmer brown. And I just wanna add a tiny bit of this through the crease. I'm gonna switch mirrors here because that palette was starting to make my hand cramp. It was just a little heavy for me today, but I'm just gonna move this back and forth. I'm seriously using the smallest amount to just kind of build it up in the crease area to just warm it up and add a little more definition. Nothing crazy though. I'm gonna hop into this gorgeous deep blue here. This one right here. It's called Radio, and I actually don't even know if I've used this on my eyes yet. I'm just gonna take a Morphe M433 brush, tap off the extra. I'm kind of going backwards, I guess. I'm gonna start with the darkest shade on the outer portion. I usually don't do this, but we're doing it today. I'm gonna start to work this in the outer third of the eye. I might need a more dense brush for this color. Maybe not as I build it up. Seems to be working pretty well. I'm stopping it at the crease. I really don't want to bring it up too high since it's more of an intense dark color. I'm just going to build up this eye until it matches this eye right here. While I'm on this outer corner, I'm actually going to take the same brush and dip into the black shade called Jet because I'm going to start to create more of a gradient. So I want this black seriously just on the very outer corner of the eye, just to kind of pull back that portion of the eye. So I know I want to use this shade right here called Big Sky. It's a gorgeous blue color. I'm gonna go ahead and load that on a brush. This is the Sigma E25. I'm gonna tap off the extra and I'm gonna start to layer this kind of more toward the inner portion of the eye. And I'm gonna overlap it a little bit with that dark blue shade. Oh, look at that. That is such a beautiful color. Oh my goodness. I'm not sure what's come over me today. I'm doing a blue look, got blue nails, blue hoodie. I'm blue. So I'm just blending this kind of into the crease slightly as well, obviously keeping most of the pigment toward the lash line and trying to fade it up as we move up the eye. I'm into it. This might be a crazy idea, but I think I want to dip into Wanderlust, which is the green shade. I don't know if this will ruin the look or make it look better or do nothing. I'm gonna try to kind of pop the green shade in between those two. Is it doing anything? Oh, I'm experiencing some fallout here. Okay. That's all right though. That is why we do our eyes first, my friends. I think it's doing something. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the same thing on this eye just to match the two. I am turning into a mermaid, my friends. Fun fact, I've always wanted to be a mermaid. I feel like I've said that a few times on my channel, but just in case you didn't know, I love mermaids. All right, I'm going back into the radio shade, which is the dark blue. And I'm just adding a little more something something on this outer portion of the eye. And I'm wanting to make sure that it comes down far enough over here. I'm not worried about anything falling out here because we're just gonna go ahead and clean it up with a makeup wipe in a moment. Wow, I like it. I'm dipping back into Riff, which was that darker brown shade. Well, it's like an orangey brown, which we used in the crease. And I just want a little more in the crease now that I have the other colors on. So I'm just blending that out above the blue. I just had an idea with these liners. I pulled out these liners because I'm obsessed with these blues, but I just had an idea. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself again. We need to wipe away the fallout. There was quite a bit with these colors. Very important to do your eyes first if you're using colors like this, because it will save you from a lot of heartache, because if you did this after doing your face makeup, it would be ruined. So since we're kind of just winging this look and we're just being creative, I had the idea just now to kind of do the same sort of ombre effect with different colors of eyeliners. I've never done something like this before, but we're gonna give it a go. So I'm gonna take the Urban Decay Glide On eye pencil in the shade Mainline, and this is going to be the shade furthest away from the inside because it's the darkest shade of blue that I have. So I'm going to line right around the area that I have the darkest shadows, which is pretty much just this outer portion. All right, so now let's use this shade, Overdrive. It's more of a green. I think this will be perfect for the center portion. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this to like the middle area of the eye. And I'm kind of overlapping the navy blue on the outside just so that it creates more of a gradient. And then I think I'm gonna try Deep End in the very inner corner. It's a more bright blue. Well, almost like a blue-green. And I'm applying that from inner corner and just connecting it to the other eyeliner. I must say that looks pretty cool. It's definitely more of a subtle detail that you wouldn't really notice from far away, but to me, makeup is all about the little details in some ways. Like that's what makes a makeup look special and memorable in my opinion. I'm just kind of touching up the ends with that dark blue shade. I really like the direction of this. I'm gonna go ahead and apply mascara to the top lashes. I'm gonna use the L'Oreal Lash Paradise Mascara. I'm not going to be shy with this mascara. I'm gonna really load it on the top lashes. Since we're using blue eyeshadow, I really want the black mascara to really be dark and defined in front of them. I can't believe how much I'm loving color and makeup right now. Like, what is happening? Are any of you guys like this as well? I just remember looking at like my mom's pictures from the 80s and judging her so bad for wearing a blue eyeliner, and then here I am doing a full-on blue smoky eye. Like I would have never ever touched these colors, even just a few years ago. But right now I just feel like color is so fun to play with. After the mascara dries on the eyelid, I'm just taking a brush and dusting it away. So for primer, I wanted to use the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. It's just been forever since I have touched this. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it all over the skin. I don't know why I haven't reached for it because it's so good for hydrating. It's just cold outside and my skin's very dry, so this would be a great primer for me. I don't know why I haven't been using it recently. For foundation, I'm gonna use the Makeup Forever HD or Ultra HD foundation in the shade Y225. I'm gonna give it a good shake because it's been a while since I've used it. And I'm gonna apply this with my IT Cosmetics brush. I'm gonna warm it up on the back of my hand first, and then I'm going to just blend it out all over the skin. Hopefully this isn't expired. I've had it for a while. It's a really good foundation though. So I'm just first going to kind of evenly distribute that all over the skin. I'm not too worried about it being super blended because I'm just gonna go over it with a sponge in a second. I'm just gonna take what's left on the back of my hand with my sponge, and I'm gonna go ahead and apply this to the rest of the face and then kind of press in the existing foundation. Alright, I think the foundation is pretty much blended out. So now I'm going to go back into my Ulta Full Coverage Concealer. And I'm going to take the shade Light Neutral and just use that on the areas that I need a little more coverage. And I am going to apply just a little bit underneath the eyes. And then I'm going to take the Fair Neutral shade and just go ahead and apply it on top of that shade underneath the eyes, and then a little bit down the center of the face. And as always, I'm going to blend out the concealer over the blemishes first, since it's a darker shade. And then I'm going to go over the center of the face. It's always so tedious to go around the eyebrows when you put concealer on the forehead. I'm always nervous I'm going to like stamp it off. Alright, now I'm just going to blend out the under eye concealer. And I made sure to use a pretty good amount because, again, we're using blues, and blues will highlight the blues under your eyes if you have dark circles, so you want to make sure that your under eye area is nice and bright. I'm going to go back into my Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the shade Fair, and I'm going to use this to set the under eye area. And since this powder is tinted, it's going to add even more brightness to the under eyes. I'm also going to set the T-zone with this shade. Interesting. Okay, well, I told you guys I was using the shade Fair. No wonder it was kind of dark. I wasn't using the shade Fair. I was using the shade Fair Light. So I'm going to just add a little bit of the shade Fair under the eye area to re-brighten that, and a little bit in the T-zone. And then I'm going to use what I thought was the Fair shade, but it's actually Fair Light. That was the one I wanted around the perimeters of the face. Oh well. Alright, let's dip back into the eyeshadow palette. I'm going to take the shade Riff, which was the brown shade that we used kind of in the transition. It was the second transition shade. And I'm just going to start to kind of buff that on the lower lash line. And then I'm just going to kind of do the same colors that we were using on the top lid. So I'm going to take Big Sky, which was this inner kind of blue color. And I'm going to start to work that into the inner portion of the lower lash line, just to kind of mimic what's going on the top. I kind of want that same light to dark ombre across the lower lash line as well. I'm going to take Wanderlust, which was that green. I'm just going to pop that kind of in the center. And then we're taking Radio, which was the deep blue, and smudging that along the outer third. I'm going to take the mainline eyeliner and line the waterline on the outer half. And then I'm applying the green in the middle. This is Overdrive. And then I'm going to apply Deep End on the inner corner. I don't know, I just kind of like that detail of everything being ombre. It's kind of fun. For lower lashes, I'm going to use the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. I've just really liked how this works for my lower lashes. I'm taking what's left on the brush that we used for the transition on the top lashes, and I'm just kind of running this underneath the blue again, really slightly. I'm really happy with how that all looks. For bronzer, I'm going to use the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Bronze It Bronzer. This is such a beautiful bronzer, and I love the undertone. It's got a little bit more of a cool tone to it, but it's not too cool where it like makes you look gray. I'm just going to go ahead and kind of put this all over the outer portions of the face, making sure to blend it into the hairline so it looks natural. I'm also going to run some down the sides of the nose, underneath the nose, and under the lip, and a little under the jawline and down the neck. So I'm actually going to do things a little backwards. I'm going to go ahead and take off any foundation that's on the lip. Oh wait, no, I'm going to apply highlighter really quick. I'm going to use the Essence Pure Nude Highlight. I feel like I've used this on my channel so many times, and I probably could have chosen another one for this particular video, but that's kind of the point of this video, I guess. I'm allowed to use whatever I want, no matter how much I've used it. I love this so much. I'm just going around the brow, down the center of the face, Cupid's bow, and I am going to put some on the front of the cheeks. I just want to look glowy. I'm also going to dip a smaller brush into that and apply this to the inner corner of my eye. I think it pairs so beautifully with the blues and greens because it has the slightest pink hue to it. I'm also going to apply it right underneath the highest point of the brow, right here. Alright, now I'm going to apply my lip color before I do blush. I'm just not sure what blush I want exactly. I'm going to use the Kylie Cosmetics Velvet Liquid Lip Kit, and this is the shade Bear. I haven't used this in forever, and I remember it was like my favorite for a while, and I haven't used it, so it's time. This liner needs to be sharpened though. My goodness. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and line the lips with this, and I'm going to overline the lips a little bit. I like to line and fill the lips in with lip liner first. And now I'm going to take the Velvet Liquid Lipstick, and I'm going to apply that right on top. Yes, I love this color. I'm going to use my finger to kind of blend the two together. So now that I have the lip color on, I kind of feel like it'd be fun to match it. I'm going to use the Flower Beauty Sweet Pea blush. I'm just going to smile and apply that to the apples of the cheeks. I kind of like having a more cool toned blush with this. All right, so now we need to assess the situation. I'm going to kind of just take a fluffy brush, blend out forehead a little bit as well as the cheek area. So I actually found this in my collection. This is the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. It has been so long since I've used this. I'm shutting all of my products because this tends to get everywhere. I'm going to try to focus it on the outer portions of the face and try not to get like my eye makeup. So let's see how this goes. Ooh, I feel like that made my highlight just pop. For the center of the face, I'm just going to use the classic Urban Decay All-Nighter Spray. Oh, I'm almost out of this. Let's use my handy fan just to make sure it's all set in place. And then we, of course, must dip into the Rimmel Stay Matte Translucent Powder, Transparent Powder. I'm just going to dab this on the areas that I really don't want shine, aka the center of the forehead, around the smile lines and nose. And I like to put a little on the tip of my nose because I don't like that to be too oily. I'm going to set the brows with the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. Since I did a bold brow, I just want a clear brow gel, I think, for today. And I think we are done. I love how the look turned out. I love doing these videos, you guys, because I feel like I have more creative freedom in a way. Just because sometimes when I'm reviewing a certain palette, you're kind of restricted to the colors in the palette. So when I do these videos and I choose different things, I just feel like I'm able to just play around and have fun and just create something that I genuinely, truly want to create. And I actually kind of surprised myself today with this look. I didn't know how it was going to turn out, but I have to say I really love it. I love how the blues and greens pair with this lip color and the blush. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully, again, you guys feel like you could just relax a little bit. There was nothing new, no new launches in this tutorial. And hopefully it inspires you to just dig into what you already have and just create something different with what you've got, because there really are so many things you can do with the products you already have. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Allie and I love makeup. I would love to have you join the family. You can do so by hitting the subscribe button. And if you are already subscribed but you want to be a part of the notification squad, you can click on the bell after you subscribe. That'll just mean you'll get notified on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays when I upload my videos. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I love you all so much. Let me know in the comments below what your current favorite throwback product is. So something that's not new that you are loving right now, let me know in the comments below. I love you all so much and I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye!